What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerdcast. Well, it's time for another episode of The Long Dark. I think we're going to have a lot of fun here today. I think it's going to be a good episode. In the previous episode, we had walked around a little bit. I mean, honestly, we've been a little bit of kind of a gopher for this lady over here, but I feel like we need to finish off her stuff so that we can get to the end of her storyline. And to get to the end of her storyline, we need to dump a whole bunch of things into her fridge. She's very food greedy. The lady likes to eat. What can you say about it? The lady likes to eat. All right, and so we've got about 6,000 calories loaded in here. I'm trying to load more in. Unfortunately, it's just like, oh my god, it takes so much food to make this lady happy. It really, sincerely does. So we're going to try and get back into that here today. We've got a little bit of food on the side that we'll be able to eat that we foraged along our way. We're a little bit overweight at the moment, so we are going to have to dump some objects around here somewhere. We've basically, I think, just tapped out this little town right now. I don't think there's a whole lot of food left inside this little area. That got us almost there. Let me eat some food very quickly and see if I can dump the surplus over there. I'm okay with being a little bit food poor if it means, like, I'm okay taking the food poverty on myself if it means that we can waltz through this part and get to the next thing in this episode. That's what I'd really like to do. So anyways, shove a couple of these cattail stalks down my gob and we'll get moving. Alright, so that got me there. I've got a few other sources of food as well. You will recall that we hit a rabbit with a rock, which really surprised me. I wasn't thinking that a rock was going to be the best way to hunt a rabbit, but it appears to have worked out okay. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest off the rabbit very rapidly. The goal here is to get us some extra stuff like leathers and things of that nature, but it also gave us access to a little bit of rabbit meat. There's about 500 calories right there. Oh, this lady's making me cut it so close. I do not like having this little food in my inventory. I really sincerely don't. Then again, I guess I could come back and raid the fridge if I really need it. I'll keep the peanut butter on me for right now and some of the cans of soup. And did that get me there? We're good. Let's go talk to this lady. I think we're, like, solid. The adventure is concluded. Oh, lady! What's up? Tell me, Mainlander, did you do what I asked? Did you ransack the gas station and clean it out? I did. I feel bad about taking other people's stuff, but right now you need it more. I can't waste any more time, and I need to find my friend. Might makes right, huh, Mainlander? You might just have what it takes to survive this long in the winter after all.
So, you're all set for food and fuel. I'd like to hear what you know about my friend now.
Friend? Yeah, she passed through. Some people heard her. In the storm.
You already said that. Where did she go?
She passed through town. Too many closed doors, broken houses. Nowhere to run, to hide.
Why didn't anyone help her?
Yes. Why didn't they? They should have. They should have found her before it was too late.
Too late. Just too late. I swear to God, lady.
Thirsty.
You're getting kind of thirsty. All right, well, let me take this, but you know what? If somebody goes to the grocery store and they fill my entire house with food and fuel for the winter, I'd be kind of nicer to them. So, like, what is going on here? Leave me to my thoughts for a while. So she passed through. That's all this lady's going to tell me then. Well, that leads me to think that maybe there's no reason for us to be here anymore. Like, yeah, I could keep working my way up this lady's relationship track, which if I hit the J key and we go on over to the trust description, we're at 65 right now. She does have some other stuff. Like, she'll tell me about the collapse. She knows a cache location, distress pistol. She can give me the recipe for rabbit skin mittens, which are pretty good. I've played the game quite a lot, and those are pretty solid. But it's a little bit further down her reputation tree than I'm willing to adventure. So what we're going to do for right now is I'm going to shed some of this extra weight so that we can travel a little bit lightly. We've got a bunch of cash. I'll leave it in her house because, I don't know, maybe it'll make her feel better or something like that. I've got fire logs. That leads me to believe that there's really no reason for me to be carrying around like 50 pounds worth of, I guess, reclaimed wood with me. That inventory seems pretty good. We don't need to carry around this much disinfectant. You will notice that disinfectant is kind of heavy. It's not super heavy, but it adds up if you got like 5 bottles of it, and so that's normally one of the things I try to find and drop ASAP as soon as I get in. As far as food goes, I think the rest of our weight is mostly just coming from all the tools and things that we're carrying around. We are carrying around some rocks. We are carrying around some things that I think are going to take up a little bit of that extra weight. But actually, we've basically shed a lot of the stuff that we can. The fire logs are concerning, but I'm going to need those for later, just in case we get stuck out in the cold, and so I'm a little bit terrified to throw those out for right now. If I jump into my character menu, though, I think the work gloves might be better than what we have for right now. Yeah, in a lot of ways, the work gloves are indeed better. It looks like they hurt my... No, don't harvest them. It looks like they might be hurting... There we go. I'll throw those on. Those are at 83%, which means I don't need to fiddle with them for a little while. And then that means, more or less, I can drop this stuff around here. The nice thing about this game that you can really kind of know is that there's always going to be extra clothing and extra cloth laying around that you can repair your gear with. So don't worry about it too much. I will, however, repair these. So let's take 25 minutes. Oh, it's almost nighttime right now. And I'm not sleepy at all. That could be a problem for us then. I'm also hungry. Let's see if we can get a little bit of evening scavenging done. I'm not sure what direction I want to kick off in just yet. But, you know, it's an opening. We've started our adventure, and we're getting moving now, which I think is the part that is the hardest thing to do. Mobilizing yourself towards a task, to me, always seems like the hardest part about the whole thing. Just taking that first damn step. It's going to be a little bit chilly out for right now. I know that we've basically gone in every direction, excluding this one right here. It should be entirely possible. We have a bedroll now, right? Let me have a look here. Yeah, I do have a bedroll. That means I don't have to worry too much about fiddling around with things. We did find the safe over here, and I do have a crowbar. It's possible that if I go into the credit union, we might be able to get into the safe, although I doubt that there's anything that useful inside of there. I mean, safe deposit box might have a gun of some sort inside of it, although I don't know who puts a gun in a safety deposit box. But, I mean, it could happen, I guess. It's worth taking a look and seeing if maybe we can do something with it, but...
Locked.
Okay,
Ain't in here yet.
we need a bank vault code in order to get in there. Were there any lockers that I hadn't been able to fiddle around with just yet? I don't see anything around that looks like it would have a vault code inside of it. There's a locker right there that we had failed to, I suppose, invade. So begin the invasion! Let's get inside. There's disinfectant. There's some combat boots. They're not really made for winter. Okay, so just combat boots inside of there. Dude, I had a pair of combat boots from the Air Force when I was, like, in my heavy metal phase, dude. Oh my god, the United States Air Force has the best combat boots on Earth. They had steel toes. They were so comfy. On so many different levels, they were comfy. Like, no lie, they were really good boots. Y'all in the Air Force, you don't even know. You've never had anything to compare to. I had, like, Doc Martens before that, and I swear to God, those Air Force boots were so much more comfortable. It was like your feet was wrapped up in a hug compared to, like, Doc Martens, dude. It really sincerely was. I'm gonna pop open this trunk right here because why not? Might as well give it a go and see what happens. Maybe we'll, like, fish something useful out. Nope, just a newspaper roll. Is there anything in the back seat or the front seat? Not that I'm seeing. Nothing that looks inherently useful anyways. I'm stuck on a fence right now. Story of my life, always stuck on a fence. Alright, it's better than being stuck on defense, man. If somebody got you on your heels, that's not a good look. That's not a good look, and it's not a good feel. We've got newsprint over here. I'm going to go ahead and break out a light source very rapidly. And it's going to be a flare, because I have too many flares anyways, and they all weigh a ton. So if I can get, like, one flare going at a time... Oh, apparently I did already hit this place, I guess. Yeah, everything looks looted. Did I take the stuff out of the toilet? Sometimes I leave toilet water behind, and we're a little low on water right now. I'll take the water. Why not? A little bit of the old drinky. Get it taken care of just to make life a little bit better. Absolutely. It's like that ending for comedy shows. I don't know what that production company is, but they've been doing that for like 25 years. And it makes me feel warm and happy inside now when I see it. It's like, absolutely. Every single time. Makes me happy. I don't know why. It just does. It just makes me happy. It's a strange thing to have such a small thing in life be comforting, isn't it? It's weird. Back behind here, it looks like we've got some kind of pass that runs up. If you're wondering the direction we came in, the credit union's right there. The old lady's house is right there. I'm going to go up into the hills right here and sort of see what we have available. So long as we can find some kind of shelter, we should be able to bed down and spend the night there. Hopefully we find some kind of cave, or it's possible or plausible that we might be able to find ourselves a house or like a cabin out this way. We are running out of daylight, so we will have to watch out for that. Obviously, wolf attacks are going to get a little bit more aggressive in the evening, but let's see what we can find. Well, so far up this way, it looks like this leads us to a lumber camp of sorts. Looks like this is a location where you could probably grab a bit of wood, if that's the sort of business that you're into. Oh, it actually just takes us across the street from the gas station. Alright. I could see that being, like, reasonably useful. We've got a deer over there. Basically, the reason I'm walking backwards right now, in case you're wondering, is I'm kind of wondering if there's a cave back up in there in that nook. It looks like the kind of place where I would hide something if I was the developer. But there's like a lion wolf in the way. There's a lulf in the way. That's kind of a tough word to say, man. Lulf. Ooh, there's a dead guy over here. I suppose we could go look after the dead guy and see what's going on with that. Let's head that direction. As we come around the corner over here, it does actually look like we have some kind of support structure that's been built right here. Maybe for a train? Or, I don't know, there's a brick wall right there. It's kind of an interesting location. I've never seen, like, anything like that inside of the Long Dark, aside from the bunker that's in the starting zone with the hunting lodge, or, I'm sorry, with the skiing lodge and everything. It looks like a bus took an endo right here, which is never a good thing. Probably quite a grisly sight. Let's dig through this dead guy's corpse, though, for anything useful. There's a briefcase. Okay. Prison transport manifest. Let's see. The following felons are slated for immediate transport. We've got White, Irving, Kang, Kelly. We've got Harris, Mathis, Gabus, NG, Leclerc, Descubes. So 12 inmates. So it was a prison transfer. I'll take it. Don't really need the newsprint. We've got some painkillers right there that somebody's dug out. It looks like somebody's been walking around over here. Who it might be, I'm not really sure, but it looks like somebody's been over here. So it was a prison transport. It just sort of endoed its way into a wall. I can't get into it. It looks like there's a cloth hanging out the back of it, though, with like a couple of, maybe a scarf or something like that. I don't know what that is. I don't see anything inside of there, so I'm going to stop concerning myself with it. We are out here, and it's not that cold at the moment, which is a good thing. I was expecting it to be quite a bit more chilly. I don't know, a little bit of action. I thought I was going to be a little bit more shaky going in. But that's fine. That's cool. I can put my shakiness on hold for right now. Let's wander on up the hill and see what we find. I can see for myself right now where we're more than likely going to spend the evening. There's a little house up there, and assuming that it's not open to the elements, I'm going to go take a look at it. We're trying to get outside of town today. We're trying to leave the old lady behind. Sounds like kind of a cruel thing, but you know what? We got to look out for ourselves, although I have noticed that even though I told him to put on the work gloves, they're not on his hands right now when he's holding the flare. I assume that the game maybe didn't use a... Ooh, what's this over here? What's going on? Is that a notice right there? Can I loot that? A park warning notice. Due to the unfortunate incident, the Milton Area Parks Board can no longer condone the use of the climbing area with the park boundaries. Additionally, recent seismic activity has brought the safety of several common routes and climbing sections into question. We are reviewing safety policies and will publish findings as soon as possible, but until then, please refrain from using the designated climbing areas in the park. Okay, M. Antinides. Dude, that's a pretty dope name. I wish my last name was Antinides. That's a dope-ass name right there, dude. That's a name that commands respect. That's a name that's like, get some! Like you'd expect him to be like Staff Sergeant Antinides or something like that in like a movie. He'd be rolling around like shooting at some bugs, just being like, you know, doing their thing. Now it looks to me like this little lodge right here is open to the elements. We'll have to figure out. Oh yeah, it's just like a little park ranger station. If it had a closable door, I'd feel a little bit better about it. It was like a bus station over here. We got a grape soda inside of there. That'll keep us going for a little while. We've got a fleece cowl. Hell yeah, hood? Dude, hoods are what's up. I put my hoodie on. I put my hoodie on. They don't like that. They don't like that. All right, I got my hoodie on right now. Dude, you guys ain't never heard Willie D before? I see you giving me that look right now. You ain't never heard Willie D. Dude, Willie D's that OG Houston banger music. You gotta be down when know about Willie D. Willie D was in the ooh, we got a flare shell right there. Okay, Willie D was in the Ghetto Boys with Scarface and Bushwick Bill. Bushwick Bill, the only little person to ever be a successful rapper. Yeah, he's a dwarf, and he ended up being a gangster rapper. I'm like, dude, that's pretty legit right there. That's pretty legit. Respect, man. That's if you could be like, ooh, there's a bed right here. How's the temperature looking though? I bet it's chilly. Ooh, there's another soda over here. Man, I'm just not being observant today. Free soda. Yum. Alright, so we got some free sodas here. I'm going to ditch that because obviously we don't need the extra weight. We are carrying around a lot of tools with us right now. Normally something that I kind of try to avoid while I'm playing the game. We do have a little bit of time to kill. I think we were looking into food, though, was something that I was interested in. So 300 calories inside the candy bar right there. I'm thinking... Let's just hit up that peanut butter. It weighs a lot, and if we can eat the whole thing right now, nothing like peanut butter for dinner, bro. Peanut butter for dinner. I love peanut butter, don't get me wrong, but just like peanut butter for dinner, that's real lean. That's a little hood. Although, honestly, yeah, that's what we used to have, like, so grape, in the United States, grape jelly is cheaper than strawberry jelly, and so that's kind of endemic of the hood, is that you got grape jelly up in your house instead of the strawberry. For whatever reason, it's cheaper. I don't know why it's cheaper, it just is. We can go with, I got a whetstone. It takes me 12 minutes to improve the quality of this blade. We're waiting for nighttime anyways. We're probably going to crash right here, so screw it. I'll spend a little bit of time sharpening my blade. Sharpening my blade. I don't know why I think I used it for a thumbnail. I'm like, why do I have a big-ass Bowie knife right here? Like, on my desk. I feel a little bit like a psycho at the moment. It's important to note that a whetstone sharpens better if it's wet, too. That's why it's called a whetstone. Anyways, that's normally why you see people in film and whatnot spit on it first. It makes it work a little bit better. What did that do to my... We got it up to 62%. I think that's all right for right now. It's definitely nighttime, and it's definitely looking a little chilly. So let's see if we can get a little nappy poo in here. So after a little foray into adventuring and running around doing nothing for a while, I've seriously been walking around the map for about a half an hour. I'm thinking maybe we just go back to the old lady. It appears as though there's a map in game now. I thought that you had to make this, and so this is a new thing that I've learned, but it looks like we've got to go back and talk to the old lady after looking at the map. So let's go do that, shall we? Into the old lady's place. It's the new John Legend track. I'm leaking it a little bit early. John's going to be really angry with me, but you got to do what you got to do. Does it have her name on the mailbox? It does not. Interesting. Crafty. This lady ain't got no mail. When somebody loved me, they would send me tons of mail. Now they don't, and I am sad, and it makes me cry. Let's go inside and see this lady. She's leading us down the wrong path. This lady needs to sort her shit out. Lady, what's going on? Where's my waifu?
You've come back.
Yes. I'm still looking for my friend. Anything you can remember might help.
They said there were bad men who came from the tunnel. Your friend, the woman, she must have passed through there.
Tunnel?
The only way through the mountains. The only way she could have gone. Grandmother wants to know what happened in the night. I heard the angry voices, the angry wind, but the rest is a mystery. Go to the tunnel and tell me what you find.
Ugh, this lady. Alright, let's go back. We gotta go find this tunnely-do thing, but I need to eat first. I managed to find a dead wolf on the way back in. Pretty awesome. He had rancid wolf meat. I wonder if I cook it, if it'll be okay. I'm gonna cook it, and I'm just gonna hope that it's gonna be okay. And if it's not, we have antibiotics. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Although getting food poisoning, apparently that's super lethal. Like, if you're on antibiotics already and you get food poisoning, apparently that's really bad. Like, I never knew that until I went on antibiotics for reasons. I think things are going to be okay, though, but we got to find this cave. I'll look on the map and see what we can find here. There are wolves everywhere. That's one thing that I learned. Ew, it's moldy. Shit, I was hoping it would hold its value because we are super hungry right now, and I am really, really out of food. So we're going to have to take some risks. We're going to have to take some risks here. Moldy meat is not something that I would recommend eating, but here we go. Well, we survived the first lump. Maybe we'll try the next part. I'm calling it lumps now. Because once it gets to a certain point, I mean, you cooked it, didn't you? It'll be alright. Yay! We didn't get moldy lump sickness. I don't know what moldy lump sickness is called in real life. I would assume botulism or something like that. But moldy lump sickness has not claimed us. We are too strong for moldy lump sickness. No, you want me to go back to the place I already was? I don't want to go back to the place I already went down there. Ugh. This old lady, I'd be like, lady, you need to get your GPS on track. This is some shenanigans. Alright, so we're back at the wreck like the game wants us to be. I don't... Oh. It figures. It figures. The thing that I noticed when I was here last time. Okay. So apparently we found a thing that said perseverance. That's what's important, right? I don't know if maybe I should head back now. Is it going to tell me? Doesn't look like it. She said bring back what you find, though, which was perseverance written on the floor in blood, and then I guess I found the scarf thing, so I guess I'll go back. Ugh. I'm trying to get inside, but I've been attacked by so many wolves today. They're, like, everywhere. There are a lot of wolves. Like, they are all over the place, and they can't go on the stoop right here, apparently. They're not allowed on the stoop. Ha ha! Wolves are too stupid to get up on the stoop. That's what you get, you canine bastard. You lupine prick. Get out of here. That's what you get. That's what you get. That's right. Look around. Sniff the air. You can't get me. You can't see me or be me. Run away. What was that? I thought there was like a lizard on the ground. I was thinking about eating it. But then like my brain kicked in and I was like, I don't think lizards live in this environment. I'm pretty sure they don't. They might. There's the bank manager's house. I can't get in there until I find the bank manager's key, which is kind of interesting. So maybe I should try to track that down. But frankly, at the end of the day, I just want to be done with Milton. Like, I just want to be out of here. This old lady and her bullshit, I'm done with it. I'm just like, all right, just tell me where you want me to go. God. Already, just be like, listen, go over here, find the chalice of the ancient holy, I don't know, Derek or something, and then get out of my hair. And I'd be like, cool. I will go get you the ancient holy chalice. Old lady, I brought you the thing.
Did you find it?
It was there, like you said.
And your friend?
No sign of her. The tunnel's blocked. Looks like maybe an avalanche. But I think she got through before that happened.
Oh. If the tunnel is blocked, that's the end for Grandmother.
So the tunnel is the only way through the mountains?
No, not the only way through. But my only way through. Grandmother is tired now. Let her rest for a while.
Hey, what's up with this stew over here? Can I have some of this, though?
Best be prepared for anything.
Hell yeah. I love soup. Soup is awesome. Apparently, Grandmother's gonna die, and there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I'm like, well, the curse of the ancient, I guess. The curse of the ancient. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me for another episode of The Long Dark. I think that we will more than likely try something. I'll come back in the morning and see what she has to say, I guess. But the Grey Mother, it looks like I'm getting my wish. I think her arc is about to be concluded, and that makes me happy because I don't want to be in Milton anymore. It's a sad place, and it upsets me. Milton, it's a rough place, man. It's a rough town. Rough out here. It's a rough city. We'll see you all next time. I'm going to sharpen my weapons, and see you all later. Bye, everybody.